Hey guys, Ramblin Bob here again. Okay, so I was just sent an email by Ecoflow, or Ecoflow. I call them Ecoflow. That's E-F-E-C-O-F-L-O-W, Ecoflow. So they have a new product coming out, and I listed it here. So whenever, like this page right here, this is the Buy Me a Coffee page. This has all of the upcoming products, and if there's any like promo codes and specials or releases that I can, that we find, and we list them right away. So if you go to Ecoflow, I put it right here. Okay, so this is called the Delta Pro Ultra One Powers All, launching January 9th. Save $800 on our early bird offer. So this is a brand new thing, and then here's the coupon code right here. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take a look, because I have not seen this yet. So as soon as I get an email from any of these companies that we're connected to here, and we try to connect to as many as we can so we know the upcoming stuff that's coming out or the release dates or anything, because even if we don't need or want that product, one of the scribers might. So we always try to help the scriber family here on this channel. That way they can stay up to date, so they don't jump into a power station without seeing, what's all out there first. Okay, so this is called the Ecoflow Delta Pro Ultra. Available to purchase on January 9th, and then here's your coupon birds here. So this is the system. Okay, this is the first time I've ever seen the system. Guys, it looks like a space age thing. You guys remember the old scary movies that had like Danger Will Robinson? It kind of looks like a smush version of that. I love the little wheels now, guys. That's the same idea that I've had with those Pecrons. Remember the little rack thing? And then hopefully this will pop off of there, and then you can like utilize this. Like I don't know how big the system is. I'm just assuming now, but. This little rack you can use for different stuff. It's probably designed especially for this model, probably. But this would always come in handy if you ever needed something to carry something across the room or something. So this is the system. This looks like the main system, and then this looks like the battery pack. Everything that I'm doing now, I'm guessing until we get down to the actual stats or the specs of the system. So if you guys remember Goal Zero was kind of shaped like this. It had these little sections that you would stack on top of each other. So that reminds me right away of Goal Zero, but I do like this little coaster thingy. I like that, the trolley. These look like the ports here, and then there's these little extra things. These look like the carry handles, so maybe you lift it, or these are carry handles. Boy, I don't know, it's a different looking power station. So let's see what other pictures they got here. Okay, so that's it. Yeah, see guys, it looks like, I don't know, it looks like a robot almost, doesn't it? It's kind of cool. Oh, it looks like it hooks into your house with like the big transfer switches and stuff. That's cool. Or your RV, right? And it looks like it has enough power because they have washers and wires back here, so, and full-size refrigerators. So this might be a beefy model here. I'll have to see. All right, let's go here. Next one. Okay, that's the same. Okay, so they don't have many pictures there. All right, so let's see. Is this just a special, or is there pictures on here? Okay. Okay, so holy CRAPZILLA, guys, look at that. Holy CRAPZILLA. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. They got 18 flipping pieces, and then 3 connections to a transfer switch thing. Holy cow. Scalable from one battery of 6 kilowatts, so 6,000 watt hours, all the way to 15. It multiplies the energy to a gigantic 90,000 watt hours. Holy cow, guys. That's huge. Whoa, guys, on this channel I was hoping to get 100,000 watt hours. That was my end goal when I first started getting into solar, because I thought, well, that would last me forever, and of course it probably wouldn't, but it just seems like so much power. But that's a lot, guys. You could run a 1,000 watt heater for 90 hours. Wow, that's an entire week. So you could heat up your house for a week on this bad boy with no sun, not to mention the sun that you get in. Holy cow. Holy cow. That's huge, guys. That's huge. I think that's the biggest system I've seen so far. There might be bigger out there, but that's the biggest I've seen. Holy CRAPZILLA. I'm still shocked about that. 90,000 watt hours. Jeez Louise. Okay, it says 7.2 kilowatts to 21.6 kilowatts. So, wait, what does that mean? Is that... Okay, I'm a little confused here. Is it... It says 6 to 90. So it's, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this would be 30. So that's... guys, this is a 30,000 watt hour rack. Holy cow. So 30, 60, 90. And then they all can hook in the transfer switch and then go right into the grid. Wow, that's Wow, that's an amazing. Guys, this technology is exciting. Look at how small this is compared to, see, one of my things, maybe this is like a server rack system that just looks kind of robotic, but I always wanted a server rack system, and I was never able to connect to the companies that sell those yet, so I'm still trying, but I'd love to try one of those and see, because I've heard nothing but good things about server rack systems, and this seems to be like a server rack system. It says 1 unit, one unit, all appliances covered. One inverter. Okay, so now it makes sense. Okay, so one inverter is 7,200 watts of power coming out of one system. Okay, and then I see it comes up to 21,500 as far as all three of them together. Holy crap! CRAPZILLA. Wow, that's a lot. Guys, these things are getting huge, aren't they? One inverter, tongue-tied. One inverter has an exceptional 7,200 watt output, peaking at 10.8 kilowatts for 10 seconds. Hey, that's cool. That, I don't see much of that there, guys, that they actually have a time reference so you can see, how long that surge power works. I like that. Allowing you to run almost any household appliance, even a 3-ton central air conditioner. That's big, guys. Holy CRAPZILLA. Okay, pair with the Ecoflow Smart Home Panel 2 and triple the inverters for an incredible 21,000 watt hour, or 21 kilowatts of AC output, allowing you to live life to the fullest even during an outage. Guys, this is a serious system. This reminds me of the EP900 and the EP800, EP600 from Bluetti, where you literally can take over your house with this thing. With tons of outlets, including a 30 amp socket. I'd like to know if that's 120 or 240 30 amp. That'd be huge. Ecoflow Ultra combines its power with portable design to run your most load-heavy machines. Ecoflow Delta Pro Ultra guarantees a total of 7,200 watt output. Guys, one of my favorite systems that I've ever found is the AC500, at least for now. The AC500 with all the batteries is 8,000 watt hours, and it has a rated capacity of 5,000 on the AC inverter and 10,000 surge. This crushes that. Wow, zowie. These things, guys, these things are getting big. Look at the size of these panels. Holy CRAPZILLA. These got to be at least 400 watts. 80. Yeah, that's probably about 400 watts right there. Wow. Oh, here it is, guys. It's kind of cool looking. And I do like I said, I do like these little wheels. That's my idea that I've had on 3 racks of my power stations, guys. I have those little Harbor Freight dollies that we spend about $10 on a piece. I like that a lot because then you can roll it around here. That'd be kind of neat to have this, one in the garage and then maybe one in the house. But boy, that would be a lot of money. Okay, so 1 hour solar is 1 day powered home. All right, 1 hour solar is 1 day powered home. Okay, well, I don't quite understand that. Maybe I'm reading it wrong. Okay, 5.6 kilowatts. Oh, wow, holy cow, I get it now. Okay, so guys, this can put in 5.6 kilowatts on one system and 16.8 if you had all 3. And then what they're saying is, if you brought in this much on 3 systems, that would power your home for 1 day. That would actually power my workshop for about maybe 3 days, possibly even 4 days. I'm not so power hungry, guys. The only thing I have that's very heavy is a vacuum cleaner, and obviously you don't run that very often. Maybe a compressor for air, to fill it, which is very power hungry. And tools, all my tools are pretty light, but wow, I mean, 16.5 kilowatts a day, guys. That could run easily the average home. And you could bring that in one. Imagine how many panels you'd have to bring in, though. I mean, remember, that's 17,000 watts of solar panels. Holy CRAPZILLA, you need a whole backyard. If that's a 400 watt panel, and that's a 400, look at the whole backyard's taken up already, and that's only 800 watts. So you would need like a solar farm, they call them, where you have just panels galore all over the horizon there. Okay, using a combination of high and low power voltage input, a single inverter achieves an incredible 5,600 watts. Wow. With the help of 3 inverters and 42, guys, 42 400-watt panels. That's a solar farm. I couldn't imagine the space that would take up. If this is probably, what, 9 feet, 10 feet maybe, by about 3. And then, of course, guys, there's a reason why they put solar panels like this far apart from each other. And that's so the sun on an angle can hit it. So a lot of people don't quite understand, why can't you just put them, kind of back to back, because the sun shines straight down. Well, you lose that morning and nighttime because, remember, the angle of the sun is coming this way, so it's definitely blocking. This panel would block that panel on this angle. So, as it's coming up and going down. Triple the input to an epic. Seriously, that's an epic. Almost 17,000 watts coming in. Holy crapzilla, guys. And guys, if you know about solar panels, you don't always get what it's rated. So if these are 400, you're probably getting about 250 to 3.5, somewhere in there, depending on, the maker and the manufacturer and the solar panel. So you would almost have to double this. But 42 of these over your backyard, holy cow, guys. I'd have to borrow both of the neighbors' yards and maybe some more. So you could generate an entire day's worth of energy in just 1 hour. Wow. Great idea, but the space, guys. If you live in the country, awesome. But in the city, I'd be afraid somebody steals all your panels. Remember, these are very expensive panels. You're probably, up to $1,000 each panel here, and someone will come in your backyard. That's scary. Ecoflow Delta Pro Ultra. I do like the name drops. They name drop this unit in like every single paragraph that I'm reading here. Allows you to customize your power using flexible or rooftop solar system. So now that's where it would come in handy, guys. If you had a permanent structure on your roof, you could bring into 10, 15, 20, even 30, maybe even 40, 50,000 watts of solar panels. But guys, remember, anytime that you permanently mount solar panels on your home, there's two things you have to look out for. Number one is your insurance company. Your insurance company sometimes will not insure your home if you have solar panels. Number two is the permits. Anytime you permanently mount solar panels, a lot of jurisdictions have permits that you have to abide by and inspections before you put them on a property. A mobile solar system, be it a vehicle or if it's on a trailer like Will Prouse did, a cool trailer with 1,000 watts of solar, you can roll it around. That doesn't need a permit in most places because it's what's known as mobile. So I don't want to get into all that, but the simple way to explain it, guys, if it's connected to the ground, you owe Uncle Sam money. If it's not connected to the ground, it's considered mobile and it's not, either taxed and things like that. But that's a whole other conversation. So learn more about that before you jump on something like this, and then you want to put 50,000 watts of solar panels on your house. It's a lot of red tape and stuff you got to go through. Okay. Using a flexible or rooftop system to make your energy independence a reality. Like that, guys, this is a monster. So, I've never seen a system this big that's quote unquote portable. Remember, these are on wheels, so you can literally unhook this from this transfer switch or this I don't know what it's called, transfer switch main panel, and then you can literally roll this into the next room and use it in there. That's 1,000 watt hours of power at a full stack, guys, that you can literally roll on wheels to the next row. I bet you that weighs a ton, though. Probably at least 500, 600, 700 pounds. But remember, if it's on wheels, you can push it. I could push my car. I had no idea when, you put it in neutral, you push your car. Not that you could push it great, but if you needed to, you could push your car from one side of the driveway to the other, and that way you don't have to start it. You can just put it in neutral and push it, and then, put it in park and leave it there. So I look at that. If I could move a car or a van, or even we moved our RV, 2 people, we pushed it and moved it. That you could be able to move 30,000 watt hours from here all the way to the garage, and then as long as you don't have stairs, of course, because, and guys, if you did have stairs, these are modular systems. You can take them apart and then, walk one piece up or down the stairs and then put it back together. Very simple. It's one cable, boop, boop, and you're done. And then you can move this from building to building. So if you say you move or you go on vacation for a few months and you want to take it with you, guys, modular systems is the way to go. That's why I was looking at racks, the server rack systems, but this seems to be like a portable version of that, because a server rack system usually doesn't come apart. It does, but it doesn't. It's kind of like all screwed in there and safe, and then it's in that big metal housing that's, like one big unit, so you have to roll the whole thing. But a system like this, guys, with a bunch of these little cascading cables, you could literally take that apart, move it into the next room if it was, or upstairs, move this this up, you know, piece by piece, at maybe 100 pounds a piece. I'm guessing 90, 100 pounds. Unless if that's 6,000 watt hours in there, that could be 125, 130 pounds in there. We have to wait and see in the specs. But you can move that upstairs and then use that huge thing upstairs, or if you move or vacation or whatever. So that's cool. Unlock advanced backup with Ecoflow Smart Home Panel 2. So that's the smart home panel. Smart home panel. This thingy. Where you can this thing where you can daisy chain them into your grid. Once again, guys, to have stuff installed like that, you have to get an electrician and you have to get it signed off, guys, because anytime you hook to the grid, guys, it's a lot of permits and stuff. So be careful. Don't just go, you know, willy-nilly out buying this stuff and bring it home and then hook it up and then you end up getting a fine or something like that. That would be a horrible day. Okay, and then see, look, here's the name again, guys. Wow. So we're going to call it ESHP for short. With the ESHP rapid automatic switchover, you'll never even notice the grid was down. Use the Ecoflow app to prioritize specific circuits in your home, extending backup even longer. For more than just blackouts, it intelligently analyzes your home power usage to offset peak rates. Now that's cool, guys, to lower your energy bills. So what that does, guys, is it tries to use the power from the batteries when the electric costs are high in your area, because you can program all that in. These apps are getting very, very intelligent, guys. Ecoflow and Bluetti both. A lot of parameters that you can put in there. So, you know, say if it's 6 o'clock at night, everybody's home, they're maybe eating dinner together, they're cooking, you know, whatever, 5, 6 o'clock, and the cost of electricity is very high. People are using their air conditioners as opposed to excuse me, as opposed to, you know, 4 o'clock in the morning when everyone's sleeping normally, or 3 o'clock in the morning, and you know, only the night owls are up. And then you can utilize charging power into these power stations that late, because it could be, in some areas I've seen it as much as 50% off for the electricity, because they have abundance of electricity that late, because the grid is overpowered with too much power. You know, because it's very hard to store energy, guys. So they you know, when they create energy, they want to sell it right away. You know, they usually don't hold too much energy. Kind of like solar panels. You know, it uses it as soon as it makes it. Let's see. Number of, so you can have 1 to 3 of these little systems. So you got little I'm going to call these Robbie the Robots. They kind of look like that Danger Will Robinson guy from Lost in Space. I don't know, it just reminds me of that. Or a Dalek. Guys, you remember Doctor Who? It really looks like a Dalek to me. If it had arms, I'd freak out if I saw it. Okay, so 6 to 90, guys, 90,000 watt hours. Remember, that's my end goal here. I'm hoping to get 100,000 hours of battery, just so, like, what an amazing backup. That, you know, an average home that would go anywhere between 10 and 20 days. So you would, on my workshop, I'd have like a month easy. I mean, who cares if the sun doesn't come up for a month? Well, it would be bad, but you know, in the situation of storing power, wow. A whole month with not having to worry about, you know, if the clouds are out or not. You wouldn't care. That's crazy. And then here's your 70 to 100 watts, guys, or your 12,000 watts at 50 amps. Wow. This is not a joke. This is a monster system. So this shows the size of it, guys. So yeah, that's like a server rack battery. This is what it reminds you of, except it's a more kind of cool, pimped up version of a solar rack system. A rack system, a rack battery, a server rack battery. I forgot the name of it, but yeah. So this is what it looks like, guys. So the top part is your main frame, and then these are all your battery storage. Now look at this, guys. Look at this. These look like 90-degree angles. So now this is the second company that I've seen, other than Pecron, that integrated 90-degree angles, guys. That makes the run so much cleaner and easier to hook up without all this, you know, super cables hanging out the side looking like Bob Marley's hairdo on the side of your power station there. And that way you can put it up you know, closer to the wall, where you don't have all that stuff hanging out like that, because those cables are very, very taut, so that they don't bend so easy. You know, so when you push them up against the wall, you have to kind of, you know, force them to bend a little bit. But yeah, that's a big, wow, this is a big system, guys. Okay, let's see, where's the all right, these are all the questions. Where's the specs? Did I miss it? Here, overview. Maybe I gotta click that. Overview. Okay, guys, it doesn't. Where's the specs here? Oh boy, where's the specs, guys? Videos join us frequently asked. There's no specs on the system. Holy cow, guys! I'm looking for what it has here. So I don't know what's under these little flip flap things here. So yeah, this is a brand new system. Like I don't even think it has all the specs out yet here. Look at this, 1,200 coupons were sold between November 1st and December 3rd. Oh, I see. This is one of those backer things where, yeah, they put it out there and they sell enough like pre-sales and then they make it. But guys, I want to see, like, where's all the specs to this thing, guys, here. This is definitely just a first look. This is first glance. I don't see any. Yeah, it doesn't say how many outlets it has. It's probably very, very simplistic. It's probably like, I don't know if it has AC as well as DC as USB. This might be a straight home system, but the pictures aren't big enough here. Here's the transfer switch here. So, I see. Okay, so here you got a transfer switch or the home smart panel. See how this changed right here, guys? So that's the smart panel, and then here's the transfer switch. And then here's the inlet box. Oh, there you go. So that way it goes right into the grid. So you have 3 options with this thing. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Definitely. Oh, and I see here the solar input changes, guys. So if you get the smart panel, it goes up to 21,000. If you get the transfer switch, it's only 11. So keep that in mind. Depending on the option that you pick for your system, you know, your input can be affected by that. Boy, I can't believe that there's no specs here. They didn't list anything here. Well, here, let's read these. Can electrical plug directly into the Delta? Okay, let's see. Yes, the Ecoflow Delta Pro Ultra, name drop, inverter plus battery, works as a standalone unit powering electrical appliances up to 7,200 watts. That's huge, guys. That's almost 50% more than the AC 500 by Bluetti, and I love that. I love that system. I'd love to have it, but the whole system is like $15,000. There are 11. Okay, so here you go. So you have 11 outlets on the inverter, including a NEMA 520 TT30. So that's that big circly one, guys, you see for like RVs and stuff. And then a L1430. I don't even know what that is. I got to research that, guys. I don't know what that is. Let's see what that is. This larger hookups, guys, I'm not familiar with because I'm more of a home system kind of guys. Here, we'll go to Amazon here. That's the only. Let's see here. All right, come on, Wi-Fi, let's go. Okay, so there you go. So it has 4 plugs on it. Okay, this is different than what I'm used to, guys. So this is a 125 to 250 volt 4-prong 30 amp. Wow, okay, so that's different. Well, at least I know what it looks like, guys. That's new to me. Supporting 30 amp. Here you go, USB-C output, and I'm going to assume, this is only an assumption, guys, that it's a power delivery port of 100 watts. Hopefully, let's hope that they came out with the new 240 watt version, but I don't know. It has to specifically say that, of course. And then USB-A's, which are the grandpa ports. So it does have the AC, the L1430 and the TT30 and the NEMA 520. So it has these 3. These are very heavy duty ports, guys, for like 240 probably. I have to learn more about these, guys. I don't know that much. I think the TT30 I thought was 120 volts, but these are above my pay grade for sure. So this whole system is above my pay grade. Wow! But I'm always curious of learning more when I can, and I make these videos to 2 reasons. Number 1, to remind me what I've learned so I can learn from what I learned, you know what I mean, like an ongoing school for myself even, and to let other people know, hey, I found this is pretty cool, check this out. As I always said, I'm not a teacher on this channel. I'm just a guy that says, hey, this is really sweet looking. It looks like Robbie the Robot or the Danger Will Robinson. So guys, check this out, you know. You have an inlet box, transfer switch, or the smart panel. That's the 3 ways to connect to the home. Can the Delta Pro Ultra be charged using a smart generator? Okay, so the Ecoflow smart generator can charge the Delta Pro Ultra by using the Ecoflow AC charging cable, the NEMA 15P to C19. So these are all the ones that get you confused, guys. You got to look up what that is. That's obviously a special cable that goes from a charging station to the port of the power banks, or the Ultra Pro, Delta Pro Ultra, sorry. Third-party generators can charge the Delta Pro Ultra by using the generator charging adapter. So as long as you have this adapter, guys, which is probably going to be extra, I don't know if it comes with it or not, you can use that and then use any third-party generator. That's cool, guys. So I don't like, as you guys know on this channel, that there are some companies who force you to buy their products. I call it the Apple mentality. So Apple products always force you to buy the Apple charging cables and the Apple lightning cords, all this stuff. You have to buy their stuff, and I always dislike that because then you can't use the cables you already have. Like, I'm an Android guy when I have my tablets and stuff, so everything that I use is very, very universal as far as USB-C. I like that. And the like some of the new systems, they took off the headphone jack. Why would you do that? You know, not everyone has Bluetooth, so I had to go buy a Bluetooth set of headphones for the new Android. So you know, as technology gets older, they faded away. I understand that, but I wish that you could utilize it a little bit longer. Okay, can the Delta Pro Ultra charge using existing rooftop solar? So a rooftop solar, guys, is those huge arrays that you see on someone's house when you're driving. Usually in the country you see them, and it's like a 10 to possibly 50,000 watts of solar panels, which is monstrously huge. On companies, guys, I have a very large buildings working for construction, and you will see what looks like a football field size full of solar powers, and it's just I couldn't even imagine how much power is getting pulled into the system through this like a Target or a Kmart or a Sears size building full of solar panels. You know, I would be up there working on one thing, and I would look over, and it looks like a sea of solar panels. It's so cool, but like creepy at the same time, because that was before I got into solar panels, and I was just like, what is all that? That's kind of weird, you know. But now, obviously, I know what it is. So, you know, years ago, when you first saw that, you didn't quite, grasp the concept of what you mean. You can put a board out and harness energy from that big ball in the sky and use it to power your stereo. That's like creepy and awesome at the same time. So, well, you know, over the years, obviously, I've learned a lot more. But yeah, that was interesting introduction to solar panels. You know, rather than buying one little solar panel and learning about it, you see this, you know, who knows, 500,000 watts full of solar panels on a building. Like, holy cow. Okay, can the Delta Pro Ultra run without the app? It requires the Ecoflow app to run. Okay, so that's very, very important, guys. So you have to have the app to run this. It says the smart home panel requires, that's the big word here, I lost it, requires the Ecoflow app to run. The Ultra works without the Ecoflow app, but it is recommended for convenience. So if you have the smart home panel, you have to have the app. If you have just the unit, you don't have to use the app, but it highly recommends it, guys. Okay, this is as close as we're getting to the specs here, guys. First time I've ever seen this, guys, so obviously I didn't know what to expect. I really expected to see a specs page where you can see everything that's on there. Let's see, can the Delta Pro Ultra connect to the Ecoflow Smart Home Panel? No. You can purchase the Ecoflow Smart Home Panel and the Ecoflow Double Voltage Hub. Power Input Output Delta Pro connects to Ecoflow Delta Pro to the Ecoflow Smart Home Panel to replace the original Ecoflow Smart Home Panel, and connect two Ecoflow Delta Pro Ultras and two. Wow, guys, that's really confusing. At the same time, to achieves 21,000 watt hours, or 21 kilowatts. This is this is way above my pay grade, guys. Holy cow. Like, I understood this, but I didn't. You know what I mean? Holy CRAPZILLA. Guys, hopefully you know what I just read can explain to me. I'm just looking at the stuff, you know. I'm a student too. How many Ecoflow Delta Pro Ultra units are supported by Ecoflow Smart Home Panel 2? Smart Home Panel 2 can connect to Delta Pro and Delta Pro Ultra, up to 3 of them. So you can put 3 of them on there, guys. Ultra inverters can connect to Ecoflow Smart Home Panel 2, with each inverter allowing up for 5 batteries. So that's 30,000 watt hours of batteries on each stack. Okay, so 5 batteries, if there's 6,000 watt hours each, 6 times 5 is 30. So that'd be 30,000 watt hours for each stack, total of 3 stacks. A total of 2 Ecoflow Delta Pro units can connect to the Ecoflow Smart Home Panel using the double voltage hub. Wow, this is so above my pay grade, guys. Wow, I have lots to learn. Oop, I lost it here. Next one is, does the Delta Flow I'm sorry, does the Ecoflow Delta Pro Ultra, that's a tongue twister for sure, work with existing grid-tied systems that does not have a backup feature? Unfortunately, the Delta Pro Ultra cannot connect and feedback to the grid. Okay, so that, keep in mind, guys, you have to buy this is an Apple thing, guys. You have to buy their stuff now when it comes to hooking this up. But in this situation, I kind of understand, because this isn't buying a $10 cord or a $20, $30, $50 headset. This is a major install of a system that can power your entire business or your house or possibly half of your block. So guys, this is something you definitely want to learn more. This is just an introductory video to say, hey, I found a new product, check this out. If you're interested, go check it out. If you're not, totally understandable. Half the stuff I just read, I literally do not understand, because I don't do transfer switches yet, and I don't do home hookup, and I don't do grid-tied systems. That's way above my pay grade here on this channel. Does a single Ecoflow Delta Pro Ultra have a 240 volt output? Yes, it does. Even if the Ecoflow Delta Pro Ultra is connected to 120 volts, it can put out 240. That's cool, guys. That means there's a port on the system already that allows 240 volt output, even though you're hooked standardly to the grid of 120. So that's cool. It can put out twice the voltage. So it basically has a step-up inverter in there that can put out more than what it's designed to have. That's cool. Normally, let's see. Boy, guys, the name dropping is unbelievable. Okay, I think it's supposed to say, can Ecoflow Delta Pro Ultra battery charge without the Delta Pro inverter? No, the Ecoflow Delta Pro inverter battery needs to be connected to the Ecoflow Delta Pro Ultra inverter to charge. Ecoflow Delta Pro Ultra is not compatible with third-party inverters. So once again, you have that Apple mentality, I call it. But like I said, in this situation, I'm okay with, because guys, these are monster systems. This is something you should have installed by a professional or a Sparky or electrician. Yeah, this isn't a system where you just go willy-nilly and buy this and just start slapping it to your house. Guys, this is a major investment and a major install. How long is the Ecoflow Delta Pro Ultra warranty? It has a 10-year, guys, that's huge, a 10-year warranty, quality assurance warranty. Ecoflow Delta Pro Ultra has a 5-year warranty. So the home panel has a 10-year warranty, and the system itself has a 5-year warranty with its lithium iron phosphate batteries. They call them LFPs. That's Life Pro 4 batteries, guys. Unless that's different, I'm pretty sure that's lithium, because that's 3,500 cycles. That sounds like lithium iron phosphate to me. LFP, let's see, as long as 10 years up to 3,500 cycles. So 3,500 cycles, guys, a lot of people throw this number around. 3,500 cycles is literally not 10 years when you break down the math. It actually comes out to about 9.6 years. Now, that's not a big difference, but I always like to, just kind of mention that, guys. And that's if you cycle it one time every single day for 10 years, it will actually come out to 9.6. So what they're doing is rounding it up to 10. So I can understand that. It's not that far off. Sometimes you won't even cycle it once every single day, so that's probably how they got the the full 10 years out of it. How long does it take to install the Ecoflow Smart Home Panel 2? Ecoflow Smart Home Panel 2's installation time may vary depending on the scope of work required and the current configuration of the circuits in your home. For most homes, Ecoflow Smart Home Panel 2 installs in 3 to 8 hours. And remember, that's probably from a certified Sparky, guys, electrician. 3 to 8 hours, that's a big install, guys. Wow, you realize you can have an engine of a car put in a car in 8 hours. So this is a very, very time-consuming, very dangerous install, and only should be done by a qualified electrician / Sparky. We call them Sparkies on job sites, guys. And unless you have the certifications, because I have a feeling you're going to have permits and sign-offs on all this stuff, because this is a major install. Even though it's a big portable thing, which can be used portable, guys. You could plug it in like the guy had it up there in the garage, and you can use it as a portable system. If you so choose to hook it to a grid-tie system in your house and a transfer switch and the smart panel, that's something you definitely want to have certified. Otherwise, if you have a bad thing happen to your home, Your insurance will not cover it because you don't have all the certifications and the sign-offs, guys. Insurance is a major factor when it comes to solar, guys. If you put solar panels on your house and your insurance company doesn't like it, they have a right in their clause, because it's not covered by their clause, to not pay for your home if, God forbid, it were to burn down or something bad happens. So, guys, when you do a system this big, or you hook it to your grid tie or your home, always, I don't care what anyone says, always double check. Do not believe what I say. Do not believe what anyone says. Research it and get it in writing to make sure that your home is fully protected from any kind of a bad thing, guys. That is I can't stress that enough, guys. Holy CRAPZILLA. Okay, the next one is, can I install the Ecoflow Smart Home Panel 2 by myself? Now, see, this is what I literally just covered this, guy. It says Ecoflow Smart Home Panel must be, this is a must, guys, must be installed by a certified installer and it should say, or electricians. You know, there's probably two, guys. You know, a Sparky probably doesn't professionalize in installing solar power, so you probably need an installer that certifies in solar power hookup, and then you need a Sparky, hence electrician. We call them Sparkies, like I said. You need a certified Sparky to sign off on the work to verify that it's been done correctly, and then you have to get your permits, and then you have to make sure your insurance is covered. Who have completed Ecoflow Smart Home Panel 2 product training. So not only do you have to have a installer, but they have to be certified by Ecoflow, because that is how dangerous it is to hook something like this to your house. It is not a joke, guys. So like I said, don't go, you know, whipping out your credit card and jumping on this, guys. Learn much further than what I am. I have no knowledge of this. I'm learning as I'm reading here. This is a very monster system that's way above my pay grade, and I have no problem saying that. Absolutely no problem saying that. I would never try to install this or even learn about it unless I can learn about it from someone who literally understands these systems in its entirety, so I don't make that mistake. Will installing the Ecoflow Smart Home Panel 2 and Ecoflow Delta Pro Ultra affect NEM 2.0? Guys, I don't even know what that means. I think that's a roof. Yeah, here it says a rooftop. Basically, that's probably a certified array that goes on a roof with all the systems that go, like there's micro inverters and stuff. And so all that stuff is way above my head, guys. I'm a portable power station channel for sure. But like I said, this isn't a review, guys. This is just a first look. They sent me a thing because we are affiliates of Ecoflow. We get all the news and info early, and if I think it can either help people, either save money, or possibly learn in this situation, definitely not learn about the system, but at least give people, hey, I got a heads up from Ecoflow, check this out, and that gives you kind of an advanced warning of, you know, hey, this is out there over a lot of people that don't know this stuff is released, or the release date, because they don't follow it as much. It says, no, since Ecoflow Delta Pro Ultra, wait, okay, it's not proper English, guys, I think. No, since Ecoflow Delta Pro Ultra, it won't affect NEM 2.0. It cannot be connected to NEM 2.0 rooftop photovoltaic system. So basically that's a solar panel array. A lot of fancy names that you got to learn in this business, guys. Like stereos, you know, your ohms and your wattage and everything. So it's a lot. On my side of the coin, there's many things I had to learn for being a sound guy and a sound engineer. Sound spectrum and you know, it's too many to even get into. It would just sound like, you know, gibberish to most people anyway. It's like learning another language. This is nothing but the same. So a new system would be needed to be installed. So I don't quite understand how it's written here, guys, and I think that's the broken English, I believe. I think Ecoflow is a Chinese company. I'm not sure. I haven't done that much with them. But it says no. It says, will it affect it? It says no. But then here it says it cannot be connected to. So, guys, so much more learning, guys. So much more learning. This is all just little bits and pieces here. Refund policy and everything, guys. Read, oh, here, coupons are, okay, read more into this, guys. Like I said, this is just a heads up on a new system that I was very excited to see, but I have absolutely no no problem telling you that this system is way above my pay grade, guys. It's not even a joke. This is certified installers and a Sparky. Definitely, I'd be willing to learn, guys. If you know more about this, anything that you know about these systems, please put it in the comment section, because, like I said, I'm a student too. We're all students here. We don't believe in just having teachers. We're all just, you know, family and friends that help each other learn the stuff to see what is possible or right for you, what's possible or right for me, or what's possible or right for all of us at the same time. But yeah, this is a home grid tie system that is way above my pay grade. I just wanted to let you know, guys, that it's coming out and there's sales and all that stuff. But here, what does this say? Here's a little Delta Pro Ultra storage and output in minutes. Okay, so obviously it's you expand these by a simple cable, guys, which is much easier than a server rack system. Guys, this I bet you if you tear this down, this is nothing more than a server rack system in its own protective environments. Each one is a little protective environment, so you don't have to worry about putting it in that big grid. You know, it looks like you know, in computers you have the server rack, the big thing with the metal door, and you open it. You always see it in movies, guys, with technology movies, where you see that big, like Amazon has it and stuff, with the big racks full of, you know, little lights, bleep bleep bleep. Like here, let me show you here, guys. Here, let me see here. Just in case you've never seen a server rack, you know, we have people on the channel. I don't really have no idea what I was just referring to. So just for them, this is a 42U. This, I know this is off topic, but it kind of is. A U is a space saved for, that means there's 42 little screws in there. You can kind of see this one, guys. Let me see if I can get a bigger picture here. 42 units. That means there's here, like, guys, look at this. Holy CRAPZILLA. So this is a server rack. So this is what you would see at this is called a mainframe, and you would see this at a very big company who has internal server racks, and you can see all these cables. I mean, guys, this is an extremely beautiful setup of a main server rack system. I mean, this is as clean as you can get. This looks like properly combed hair, as weird as that sounds. I've been in server rack rooms, guys, where it's just a nightmare. I mean, just absolutely, like, guys, here, look at this one. Oh, where'd it go? I lost it. Like this one here. Gorgeous, all very cleanly set up, guys. I've been in server rack rooms where you'd be afraid. Like here, look at this now. Here's where they get a little bit more messy, guys. Here, watch this. Let's see if I can do messy. I know this is off topic, but yet it's kind of on topic. Guys, look at this. This is not a joke. I have been in companies and their mainframe rooms, and I have seen this, guys. This a lot looks like this. Like here, look at this one. A lot of this looks like the old phone companies. I look at this, guys. I can't even believe how this would pass code. Jeez Louise Lapise. Look at this, guys. Holy CRAPZILLA to the 100th degree. Look at this, guys. You can't even see the doggone server rack. Jeez Louise, guys. Look at this one. Can you imagine doing this for a living, guys? I would literally, guys, I'm losing my hair already, but I would literally pull out the rest of my hair if I had to find one cable that was hooked up wrong. Holy God. Guys, do you remember? Okay, this goes back a long way, guys. Look at this. It looks like hair. Holy CRAPZILLA, guys. Look at this. Look, oh, guys, I'd like to buy this guy a beer. This guy is having the worst day ever. Oh, my gosh. Look at this. It goes on and on. I can't even talk anymore. Look at this. Jeez Louise, guys. It looks like a networking nightmare. My God, here, there you go. Look at this guy. Look at this. Can you imagine trying to find one flipping cable that's in the wrong spot? Look at this guy smiling. Oh, guy, I know you're. This is a fake smile, guys. This is a headache waiting to happen in here. Look at this. Look at this. So if you took this system, guys, with all the, look at this mush. Look here, there's a funny one, guys. Look at this. He's all tangled up. This is what I've seen for years in mainframe rooms, and security system rooms look like this. Telephone where they have inner, I don't know what you call it. I'm not a phone guy. The inner workings of a networking system for phones and computers. I've seen nightmares. Like, look, I can't imagine how this passes code. Jeez Louise. Here, look at this guy. He's in need of a beer for real. This is guys, look at this. We could do this all day. Look at you can't even see the flipping units. Imagine trying to figure out. Okay, so what I was saying before I got unbelievable. Oh, here's another one. Jeez Louise, look at that. Now this reminds you, guys, I was in Harley Davidson, and their basement looks like this. It's crazy the amount of cables that are just dangling everywhere. I've literally walked through Harley Davidson mainframe rooms, and it's just like, how would you even? Where would you start? Look at this. Like, these are routers, guys. These are wireless routers, possibly, or server routers that are just dangling off this stuff. Imagine doing. Thank God that I'm doing a portable solar power, guys, and not this stuff. There's no. Imagine making a video explaining this. This is a nightmare. Oh my gosh. So okay. So as I was extremely, look, it's nonstop. Look at this. Oh my God. And then when you go to something like this, guys. Oh, cheers to this guy. Look at this. Beautiful, beautiful setups here. Remember, I'm an audio guy. I am a sound engineer. I'm a sound DJ. That's my hobby, my trade. And all the cables that I have, every single one. I don't care what place that I have we have a party at or something like this. It does not look like this, guy. I can assure you of that. If my systems look like this, guys, I would quit doing that as a hobby. Holy CRAPZILLA. Look at this. It's just a nightmare. Guys, we could do this all day. This is absurd. Like, how does that pass code? You know, how does it? Look at here. Real response probably. She's looking like, where do I even begin? Look at the eyeballs here. Holy cow. He's biting it. Okay, don't do this, guys. Don't bite your cables, guys. But notice the difference between this guy, and he's got a nice clear run where they're all cabled together, right? They're all locked together, compared to this mush. And that's exactly what it is, guys. Spaghetti strings. That's where I came up with the terminology spaghetti strings. Even a system like this. I know I'm bouncing all over the place, guys, but notice it looks like, I call these Pippi Longstockings. So, guys, these are all, cabled together, so at least you have a chance, to figure out where the heck this wire goes, as opposed to something like this. I mean, look at this, guys. How does that even pass code? This looks like a repair shop from hell. It really does. Holy cow. Okay, so what I was saying before, as I was completely smacked in the face with some of these, look at that, guys. My gosh, spaghetti wires. Okay, so imagine if you had this on a server rack system with batteries, which they don't get this bad. This is a networking thing. But imagine if you had this. Now, look at how clean this is. As a sound engineer, as a DJ, this is a gorgeous setup to be on a stage or something like this, or behind the stage. Look at this. 3 lousy wires, guys, and you have this hooked to your house. Just imagine that. So when you do a server rack system, so what we're going to do, let's see here, battery, and then we're going to get rid of this here, guys. We're going to play on Google for a minute here. Now, notice that this is normally what a server rack... Here, this is I don't want to call him my buddy, but this is my buddy. This guy has taught me so much on his channel, guys. If you don't know about Will Prowse, you have no idea about YouTube. This guy, look at how clean... I would work with this guy. This is a very, very professional individual right here. Very well spoken, very highly intelligent, and his systems, these are rack systems, guys. This is a huge rack system that's up here. He can barely pick this up. I saw a video where he was like on top of it, like jacking it up on the table with his monster, what you call that, a car jack, and he was putting it like a lift, just so he could put it on the table to do the review. But look, this is a very professional. I've been around many engineers. I've been around Sparkies. I've been around tinners, ductwork guys, carpentry people. I've been around the entire trade, the entire spectrum of trade, and I guarantee you that every single thing is properly spaced, and his runs are very clean and organized, guys. I would run these behind the systems, but they're short, so it probably didn't reach. But guys, this is a professional individual right here. I highly recommend you checking out his channel. But it gets very detailed, guys. It's what he talks about is way above my pay grade a lot of times. And so this is an average server rack system, guys, that's properly set up. And who knows? This could be Will Prowse's picture. I have no idea. Yep, see, DIY Solar, that might be him. So this is how awesome this guy sets up his systems. They're all cleanly spaced. These are the U's that we were talking about. Remember I said 42 U's? Each one of these little dots that you see is actually a system where you screw in these little ports here. So that means 42 unit spaces. In 1 unit space, like say you had a very simple, in audio you have a very simple a rack full of microphones. That's usually 2U space. There's 1U, 2U, and then of course it just means unit space. So they don't go by inches or anything, they go by units, and that's what they're referring to. Like, see here guys, this is what you'd see on a server rack system. See how clean this is? I'm a sucker for cleanly set up systems, guys, because as a production person, I like to see not this mess back here. This looks like Will Prowse's picture here. This is a little messy, but he's probably got these running outside to solar panels, so it's understandable. But this side, guys, look at how nicely, he doesn't have them running the same way, so you don't get that possible of arc. He's got that Superman look, I call it. Very, very, very professional guy. I would work with that guy in a heartbeat. I mean, to have him part of the team is just, it would be mental. Like, look, now, remember, compare that to what we just witnessed with the networking, of phones and computers. Look at how these are gorgeous, guys. Look at this whole, guys, I would be honored to work in a place like this. Everything, it'd be so easy to find out where the problem is in a system setup. Look at when you look at it sideways, guys. Look how gorgeous that is. I mean, it looks like hair. That's the only way I can think of it, is strands of hair. And when your hair is properly combed, it looks nice. And when it's all mushy, it looks, like messy, if you will, But here, look at this. Gorgeous setup. Gorgeous. Like, I'm in awe of their systems, guys, because this right here, this is possibly, I'm going to guess 50,000 watt hours, and this is possibly 50,000. And then you have more inside here. This is a super server rack system where you have the batteries inside there. This is a monster install here. This is probably easily 100,000 watt hours. I don't recommend Alibaba, guys, but that is a monster setup, guys. I could make a whole video just talking about this stuff as far as my admiration, if you call it, for this kind of a system. Like here, look at this, guys. Look at how just a gorgeous setup, guys. Like I said, as a production guys, this is absolutely, like, if I was a fire marshal and I walk through here, I go, I don't even have to look any deeper. I mean, here, look at this one, guys. Look at that, gorgeous, all nicely tied together with the little oh gosh, what do you call these things again, guys? The zip ties. Yeah, all perfectly put together. See, now here's an external mounting system where it doesn't have the protective rack around it, so you can put them side by side here, guys. I recommend, guys, if you're gonna get into this stuff, not only go to another channel to learn about it, but there you can see the unit. See this? That's 1 unit, 2 unit, 3 unit, so that's how you count units. And this is a 5 server rack, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then here's your extra space here. So you could actually put 6 in here, which is weird because it's a 6 server rack, unless this is made to let the heat out. Always get one with a box on it. It costs more money, but it's much, much more secure. Plus, this has a lock with a key a lot of times, so you can close and lock that. If you have kids, if you touch this, guys, that could be the end of, I don't even want to say it, but it's good to lock this stuff up, guys. This is major, major power. The amperage that comes out of something like this is mental. Here, this is Will Prowse again, guys. I don't mean to use your pictures, Will. I have awesome respect for you and your channel, but look at how awesome he sets up his stuff. This is a professional, like the way he sets up his systems, that perfectly mounted, where you have like, that's, for me, that's a production guy. I think it would be actually nothing but an honor to work with this guy, or anyone of his caliber that has such attention to detail. Yes, it's him doing the reviews. These are very heavy, guys. These are 100 pounds plus, and you can see he's not a very large gentleman. So this is, I bet you, it's very heavy for him to pick that up. Heck, that's heavy for me, and I'm not much bigger than him. So yeah, but that's server racks, guys. So it's basically, as you see it now, this is a very, very self-contained, well, professional looking unit. This whole thing is what he was looking at, right? This whole rack, except it's built into a gorgeous, gorgeous setup to where you'd be honored to open your garage and have your neighbors go, wow, look at that. But guys, I don't know, I'm in the city. I would hide this. I wouldn't let people know I had that. Although you come home one day and it might not be there. The city is definitely different, guys, than the country. But okay, guys, I guess I'm going to end it here because I really don't have any more valuable information as far as the system. There's nothing listed that I can help you with. I just really wanted to make this video, like I said, for me to remind me that the system is out, and for you, if this helps you in any way, that's awesome. If this channel helps you in any way, that's why we do it. We want to make that subscriber family, so everyone, even if you don't know about this stuff, guys, even if you don't know anything about it, as I don't know literally maybe 25% of this system, I get the concept. 25% of the system, I don't know how to hook it up, which is the transfer switches and all that stuff. What we do is we still talk about it, because what that does is allow us to take the fear away from learning and talk about it in layman's terms to help at least get the ball rolling, to get it started and say, well, you know, the way he explained it makes sense. You know, you just stack these little bad boys up like a server rack system, and you just clunk them together with the cables, right? Like I'm doing the Pecrons or the Blue Eddies or the Ecoflows, or, you know, the smaller systems. Or even where they have the batteries that are, you know, you set next to it, not the stackable ones, but the ones you actually set next to it, like the BTO Mans and the Gold Zeros and stuff like that. And it takes the fear away from wanting to learn, not learning, wanting to learn this stuff. Because, like I said, this is a trade that if you don't give it its ultimate respect, you could wind up with no home or possibly a death. And you don't want that, guys. You don't want that. So learn as much as you can, but hopefully these videos at least spark your brain to kind of go, it's not as difficult as I thought it would be. Even though it's still very difficult, at least I'm learning bit by bit. I can take the fear away, because, guys, that's the reason that most people don't want to learn things. Fear of learning things. I taught many people in my life how to use computers. I'm very good when it comes to computers, building, programming, things like that. But you have no idea. Well, maybe you do. Usually the older generation, my generation, you know, 50 and up, is very tough to teach technology. That's another reason I made the channel. I want them to take the fear away and say, well, I can use that darn phone. Or I have a lackness of information of phones. You know, I don't like them because I feel a phone seems to be kind of a dumbed down version of a computer. And I think that's why I'm having that hesitation to wanting to learn it, because I know how to do everything on a computer, but the phone, it has a lot of shortcuts, and I don't like shortcuts unless they really help. And usually shortcuts, guys, hurt education and they don't help. A calculator is a prime example of that. When I was a kid, we literally didn't have calculators when I was a kid. You couldn't take them to school. A calculator, when you did have it, was an adding machine the size of your head. It was huge, right? Now you have a calculator on a phone and in your pocket and on your watch and all these things, where I remember in the 80s, guys, when I got my first calculator, and it was a Casio, if I remember correctly. I think it was a Casio, and I put it in my pocket. Guys, I carried it around town like I was James Bond. I thought, look at this technology I have in my pocket. You know, they supposedly landed on the moon. I'm not a believer or a denier. I'm in the middle of that whole debate. But guys, they landed on the moon with the less power that's in a standard Casio calculator. So just imagine, as a kid, the amount of power that I thought I had in my pocket, where nowadays you can't really do much with a calculator, you know, unless it's a scientific calculator. Then you can do algebra and everything else, but square roots and fractions and all that stuff. But what I'm trying to do with this channel, I'm trying to get the fear to kind of subside or go down or go away a little bit, just to get you guys at least to look at this. You don't have to buy it. I don't care if you buy it or not. It's a cool learning curve. And if you like to hear me ramble, and we could have long debates, or we could have conversations where it brings a community together and we all learn our hobbies at the same time, that's cool, and that's what this channel is here for. Awesome. Guys, if you're not a subscriber, get up there and hit that button. Join the family. It's growing. We have more than 850 people on the channel already. That's amazing. I never ever thought this would get as big as it did. This channel was started, as you guys well know, this channel was started as a mistake. I just wanted to get a simple video out because I had knowledge that other people didn't on a certain subject, and I wanted to help people, and it turned into this. This is like Frankenstein monster. It's non-stoppable now, which is why I use the resistance is futile, which is the curiosity for information and technology. It just, once you get the ball rolling, guys, I promise you, it will not stop. It will not stop. That's a warning to you. If you get into solar, it will not stop. You will want to get bigger, better, faster, stronger, everything. It will not stop. It's like candy, guys, or a race car. Race car is a prime example of what I can relate to solar power. If you get in a car when you're a kid, right, and you get on the freeway and you go, oh my God, I'm going 50, 60 miles an hour. I mean, you know, speed limits back when I was a kid were way different, guys. 45, 55 on a freeway. But, you know, you get in a car, you go 45, 55, you go, holy CRAPZILLA, I'm going to crash into the wall. And you're freaking out, right? Now you get on the freeway at 80 and you go, excuse me, get out of the way, I'm late for work, right? So that's the inevitable that will happen with solar power when you get into a race car, or even a normal car. Eventually you go 100, hopefully you're not, guys, but then you end up in a race car and you're a NASCAR guy or IndyCar, or, you know, those drag race car guys that, you know, the big weird long, I call them dart cars, those really long ones. I think they're called, I don't even know. IHRA comes to mind. I don't know if that means anything, but it's like this long dart. It looks like a long arrow, and it's got these monster tires on the back that are just so flippin' huge, and then little tiny bicycle tires on the front. And when he hits the gas, or she hits the gas, holy crap, you can't even see the car anymore. It's just pew, gone. Unbelievable, guys, unbelievable. So, guys, all right, this wasn't a very, very intelligent video as far as the technology, as far as the specs, only because I didn't have access to it. But like I said, I wanted to make it to kind of get the ball rolling, to get people to say, hey, there's a new product. Let me go check it out. Maybe it interests them, maybe it doesn't. Cool. All right, guys, ramble on, be safe, and we will definitely see you here on Ramblin Bob Reviews. Bye, guys.